In this video, how about this turn one as we get rear-ended? And look at this, we thread the needle as we go 3 wide. Hello everyone and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. We're back at Monza and I'm back in that Supra GT500 car. However, you're seeing a lot of Toyota Supras, the modern one, up ahead and in this race because that seems to be the meta at the moment. Now you just saw the subscribe graphic. If you are not subscribed already, please do. We are on a journey to 50,000 subscribers. And if you do enjoy this video, do give it a thumbs up as well. Now we're going to have a look at Monza here. Well, first up, we're looking at our rear views. We get absolutely rear-ended going into turn 1. Now, I was expecting a lot of carnage in turn 1, which is why I'm redoing this race to see if it happens. But so far, we've not experienced anything. So in the weekly race guide, we haven't. And you can see there, McDonald just waiting back there. So I put my thumbs up. And in this race, we've not seen any carnage into turn 1. What about this second chicane? Because I expect it here, if not into turn 1. No, nothing again. Right, we jump up ahead then to Turbo Toby, who's currently in P7, who loses the rear end, goes for a spin. No wall penalties on this week, so don't get 1.5 seconds of penalties. However, we do go driving on by, so we do gain a place there. Up into P14 then, and we are still with the pack. And this is what's going to happen all week, essentially. The pack is going to get closer and closer and closer, and the racing is going to get a bit more bumpy is probably the best way to describe it. At least a little bit clashy as we go into this left-hander then. And going through a scar. Oh, hello. Stefanzi's off. Oh, Stefanzi. Oh, taps me coming back. Oh, not the safest rejoin. Let's have a look exactly what happened to Stefanzi then as we head towards the Scari. On the brakes there. Rear-ended by Sabi behind her. And a fellow compatriot there in terms of the French driver. Comes back on. Slight tap there. And you can see then the French driver up ahead actually waiting up for Stefanzi. So good sportsmanship there. Stefanzi will have been furious that he was off in the first place. So I can see why Stefanzi was trying to get back on circuit. No hard feelings there as we jump to turn number 1, lap number 2 then in towards the chicane. We go through the left hand. Oh no! My teammate there in another Supra GT500 gets spun around by its basically son in terms of the Supra concept. We're through here then, we jump up on Max Power at the end of that lap, and look at this, Max Power's gone for a spin, a little bit of carnage there at the Parabolica, continues to spin, actually heads towards the pits. That's one way to save some time there. Brilliant recovery there from Max Power as we start lap number 3 with just Dino in, the Ruthless Boy up ahead. I really do not like that car as we continue on out, so I'm going to get by it and try and escape Dino as quick as I can. Nice to see Dino using something different there, and remember, we still have to beat the meta with that car at some point. Maybe it's this week, who knows? Make sure you do check out the Beat the Meta video previous to see where we are up to in terms of the votes. Thank you for that bump draft as well. I do appreciate it. I just made Dino disappear there, if you hadn't already noticed, as we go into the chicane. Well, unfortunately, you may have noticed, I did cut the left-hand side of that a bit too much and got a 1-second penalty. So I made Dino disappear. Dino is about to reappear there as Dino goes on by. But we only lose 1 position, fortunately, here as we head into the right-hander. Now, because Dino's gone back in front of me, at this moment I was like, do you know what? I better pit. Because a part of the strategy this week is about avoiding traffic, trying to make sure you don't get into too many fights, but enjoying the race all the same. So I come in the pits here in the hope that I will jump ahead of that Ruthless Boy a bit later on. I mainly came in the pits because I don't like the look of the car, let's be honest with you, as we head towards turn 1. So we're out in P12. Max Power is behind me here. So we saw Max Power's amazing recovery into the pits earlier on, but we did manage to jump Max Power as we continue onto the straight. Now, they have been bump drafting me, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much, mate. So we look to try and catch up to the driver up ahead. And there we go once again. Another thumbs up from me. Thank you. Congratulations on your win in the weekly race guide as well. That was an awesome, awesome race. Hoping to have some good races here. So far, so good, though. As we continue on out to there. A little bit of a wiggle there from both Yui, myself, and Flexi behind there, the Austrian driver. Remember, they got a huge amount of penalties in Trial Mounted in the Beat the Meta video. Definitely worth checking that video out just to see how many penalties they did actually tally up there. It was kind of funny, to be honest with you. Right, we'll leave at Lesmo 2 then. We're going to head towards the Ascari, and we are in the slipstream of that Toyota Supra up ahead then. And Ascari is a place I don't go for overtakes on very often, and I definitely wouldn't go for it at this point, but they go defensive all the same. So I brake quite early here, get tapped on the rear, but they didn't expect me to brake that early. I can completely understand that. Yui goes deep then, or you, and literally Lexi goes through and gets 2 positions. Well played with that move. Now we go alongside there. I was just a bit frustrated there because there's no need to defend that. Just stay on the racing line. No way I would have gone for it, but I know others would, so I can see why you would defend. But we finished the race there in P number 8 in the end. Not too shabby in the grand scheme of it. Very close racing action, and you notice at the top, they're all GR Supras. So I decided to jump in GR Supra. Let's do another race. Let's see if there's any more carnage at turn 1, the first chicane, because we've not seen any so far. So Monza's not living up to its reputation there so far. We have seen accidents though, so Monza is claiming victims, just not where we normally see them. Right, we're going to head towards the first chicane then. Flexy's up ahead in that Supra. We've got Mew Mew behind in the Corvette, then hard on the brakes in towards turn number 1. And Mew Mew goes round the outside in the Corvette. Really good move there by Mew Mew as we leave that corner. Once again, no real deaths there. Covenant was just in the gravel a little bit there, but the Corvette is the one that gained the places there of Mew Mew, and no carnage. Not too shabby at all here, really. So we've had no carnage at all, so I mean, I expected more from Monza, to be honest with you. I expected more drama, you know, but we're not seeing it. Everyone is racing really fair here as we go into the left-hand. I tried around the outside, not really going to work. Side by side through the chicane, though. Pretty crazy. Oh, hello, there's somebody off. Oh, I think that was a leader. That was Shafe there as we go into the right-hander. And the Portuguese driver's gone off there as well. Just decided to drive off there, so I appreciate the free position. Thank you very much, mate. Oh, gracias. I used to say that in Portuguese as well. Anyway, let's have a look at what happened to Shafe then. In P1, in towards the chicane we go. Absolutely nothing wrong here. Hits the bump there, accelerates out, gets a whole lot of wheel spin, and goes for a spin. That's a bottle jump and a half by Shafe. All the way to the back of the grid. Ouchie wawa. Right, okay, we jump to the end of lap 1 then, and Mew Mew's coming in the pits, and I decided to follow Mew Mew because one part of this race, the strategy, yes, you choose when you pit, but it's also you choose who you want to work with. You saw Max Power work with me in the previous race and in the weekly race guide. I'm going to try and work with Mew Mew here and see if we can gain some places that way. Shafe behind has also come in the pits, but fair way off there in terms of 6.5 seconds, so not worrying about them too much. Let's also a little bit here towards the next chicane then, because I'm losing touch with Mew Mew very quickly. Need to get back on it, well, sharpish to be honest. As we go through here then, we copy Shafe there. A whole lot of wheel spin. We managed to catch it though. Obviously a bit warmer tyres, so we've lost a bit of distance there to Mew Mew. And look at this, we've got Nisbah coming out the pits, Flex is coming out the pits as well, and we've also got Tidgney here coming out the pits. Can we get all 3 positions? We go into turn 1, it gets very tight. I just left enough space there for the Corvette as we continue on through here. All gets very tight then as we leave that corner. The Spanish driver does get ahead of me just here, and unfortunately, or fortunately for Mew Mew, but unfortunately for me, I'm stuck in a big old battle. Look at that significance. That one mistake in the second chicane has cost me here in terms of time. Let's see what we can do though with Tidgney here then as we head in towards that chicane. It's not a place I normally go for an overtake, but we're sort of stuck here in the middle of a big old battle as we go through here then, and it all status quo for now as we see the Supra Flexi behind. Looking down the inside, not going to quite work here as we go into that right-hander. What we do then is we advance further on then, and we've got a bit of slipstream here, a bit of bump drafting from Flexi. I appreciate this then. And what we're going to do is look for the move down. Kevin, oh, hello. We've got somebody coming out of the pits as well. It's just Dino. Look at this, down the middle. There we go. Just enough for 3 cars then as we go into the braking zone. Kevin, he goes a bit too deep, trying to outbrake me there. That's not going to quite work here. And we are going to get the position then. Flexi so close behind. Very smart with that bump draft there to try and get ahead of both the pit exitor Dino and Tidgney, the Spaniard there, and now is looking to get past me as well. You can see that by moving all around my exhaust. I wasn't going to defend this too much then as we go into the left-hander. I'm going to brake, and I'm actually going to give this position up then as we go into here. Notice how I do that there. Giving up the position, retaking the line as we continue on then. Unfortunately, we just bumped draft Flexi there. I really wanted to get on the inside, so I back out of this then, and we'll fight another day. Don't want to lose too much time to Mew Mew here. Got a potential of going up this grid, that is for sure, as we head to the second Lesmo and go into here. Now, Dino changed from Ruthless Boy into a Jaguar F-Type. That car has been buffed. Not been buffed enough, I suggest, because it's still not up there in terms of the BOP, but let's have a look on the car profiles a bit later on when we retest it. Right, in towards the braking zone we go then, and into the left and right we go. In fact, we've already tested a Jaguar, haven't we? Sorry, I've already tested a Jaguar. You can check it out. I just got a penalty there, and I did overtake somebody in the chicane. Who was it? It's Mew Mew. Mew Mew and Max Power fighting here then. It's going into the chicane then. In we go. Just touches the grass, which then touches Max Power. This is what tight racing, or what can happen in tight racing. A slight tap of the grass ends Mew Mew round. Max Power also cut the chicane there, so we're going to get a penalty as well. And of course, I got a penalty. I did take that penalty, and here we are on lap number 7. Actually, purple here. Not too shabby at all as we go into the chicane. Now, unfortunately for somebody up ahead, they're going to get a penalty. Do you know who? Yes, that's right. It was max power there. Unfortunately, cut a bit too much of the right-hand side of the chicane there. Going to get a 1-second penalty. We advance to lap number 9 then, where we cut back up to Flexi then. In towards the chicane we go. I was very scared of penalties at this moment in time. Could be because we were really on a mission. Flexi just loses that rear end. The Supra very prone to that mistake. We saw Damien do it earlier on. I've done it. Flexi's done it now. Do keep that in mind if you are using a Toyota Supra here. I am using +5 brake balance as well, for those that are interested. Right, last of the pitters then, going out the pits then. We're looking to get past one driver there. In we go. They release the brakes and go for the braking again. Do they get it stopped? Yes, they do. That is a really good effort there by Lavender. In fact, they have to really lift off the throttle here to avoid running them off the circuit. And they're looking like they're getting that position back here in the Lexus. What a move that is. Really good defensive driving. Really well executed there. It's nice to see stuff like that where, you know, they release the brakes and you're like, oh, there's no way they're making it. They're going to go into me. No, they nailed it perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Really well played indeed as we head in towards the chicane. They defend this then in the middle of the road. Good stuff. Slight tap on the rear end. Apologies there. That is completely on me as we continue on through then. Heading towards the Parabolica then. Up ahead, they are fighting as we go into the right-hander. Anybody notice something as well with the leader, Stefanzi? Oh, anyone notice something with me there? I'm sideways and I shouldn't be at the Parabolica. Well, Stefanzi didn't actually pit, so we're going to take that penalty. So arguably, we're in the fight for the race victory there because Flexi got the win. Congratulations, Flexi. What a race that was. And this week, I would argue, this race is really fun. You can have some really, really good fun racing action. A bit of strategy on when you pit, a bit of strategy who you work with. I really like this race. I really think it delivers. I was expecting not to like this race, to be honest with you, because it's just, you know, there's no tyre strategy there, but it really does deliver. Now, if you did enjoy this video, do give it a like. Do subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the support. But unfortunately, that is it from me. I do expect another video from Monza at some point this week. I am going to try and do Beat the Meta once again. But that is it for me. You can check out a previous Beat the Meta there. And also the weekly race guide if you are struggling here. There's a lap guide there. Big thank you for watching. And I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.